What's up, family? Really wasn't intending on transplanting, but my tomatoes, they need a little bit of help. So I got to put them in a bigger container right now. Sometimes I have to travel for work, and this is one of those times where I got to be proactive because if I leave and I come back, these plants may not survive. And at the same token, I'll take some of them with me, just cover them up, keep them in the car, and kind of care for. Uh, at the same token, I can keep them in my room as well. So I got some leaves here. I made a video, a little TikTok, where I went outside, grabbed a bunch of leaves. We used to have to be plentiful on leaves here, but they get crazy. They love the leaf blower here, and they package the leaves up, and I don't know if they reuse the leaves or not, but I was able to scrape up some leaves. I use this for the bottom of the buckets, which I got these buckets from a restaurant. So one thing, 5-gallon buckets and all, that's one thing I'm really not gonna pay for. I can find plenty of free food grade 5-gallon buckets. Like this guy here, he told me I could come by and get them anytime. So I mean, it's or else he throws them away. So it's crazy the amount of stuff that gets thrown away, and we go pay, I think, what, like $5 for a 5-gallon bucket when you get it for free. So not sound like a cheapskate or anything, but it's just like these leaves, they're free. I could fill a whole container up with potting mix, but I choose not to. So now that wasn't enough to stretch me out, but I got this in-ground soil that I'll pour to kind of fill in the gaps. That way I won't use all my potting mix. I'll transplant these 3 tomato plants. You know, sometimes my job requires me to go inside the home. You know, depending on the assignment I have. You know, there's a lot of people alone. They think they're alone. You know, I'm like, I asked this one elderly guy, I was like, "Where's your plants? Where's your garden?" I mean, he has a yard. He said he doesn't do that. I was like, I told him there's no reason to be alone. You could be outside, work in your garden. You could get you some plants. I mean, plants are living things. You don't. It doesn't have to be a human. I mean, if you didn't have a dog or anything, I mean, there's no reason to be out here in the world by yourself. No reason whatsoever. So I tried to encourage him. I mean, it's probably something he heard before, lifetime, and he's up in age. Like, man, there's no reason to sit here and feel alone. You know, it's sadly, I mean, the children, they have their own lives. They're probably ripping and running to a 9 to 5 or whatever. and they're wore out. They're not gonna get there and visit like the mom and dad would want them to. It is what it is, you know. You gotta get out and figure you get a hobby or do something, you know. One thing in life is always easy to point the finger, but you gotta be proactive. Me, I love gardening. It's something I like doing, so it keeps me busy. Even though I have a busy schedule, I still figure out a way to implement it. About all I can get out of this bag. I have to go buy some more potting mix. Speaking of that, gotta pull the shop bag out. It's all good. Something to do. Gotta get these tomato plants transplanted. My pepper plants, they might go another week in their small container. So here we go. Transplant them boys, water them in. That's the same routine. Transplant, water them in. Now, ideally, I really could make about two plants out of this one tomato plant. I'm gonna keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yeah, I could pull it. Tomatoes are easy. They're easy. Nothing hard about tomato plant. Hardest thing be just getting them out of these containers. That wasn't bad. Another thing too, it doesn't hurt to change your soil out from time to time too. You can always repurpose your soil. You can put it back in your compost bin. Big fan of composting. So composting, it makes good soil for your vegetables. So big fan of it. Just have to rethink. You have to rethink on what you eat. Recycle. Eat stuff that you can recycle. That would be my suggestion. Okay, that's 3 of them transplanted. I'm not big on like your fertilizers at the store, but they are a cheat code. If my plants continue to look weak, I'll have to cheat because I don't want, at the end of the day, I don't want to lose my plants. So I'll juice them up, you know, if I have to. That's pretty much it. Simple. Now I got a mess to clean up. And those are 3 tomato plants. I have to water them in. Got them in these are former pickle containers. So I'll water them in and they should be good to go. You guys have a good one.